Imagine slicing your credit card interest to zero, freeing yourself from debt faster than ever. Sounds like an impossible dream? It isn't. Thanks to the power of balance transfers. Balance transfers, a concept that might seem complex, but is actually a straightforward, savvy financial move. It's a tool that can help you climb out of the debt pit and regain your financial footing. But what is a balance transfer, you ask? Simply put, it's when you move the debt from one credit card to a new one, typically with a lower interest rate. This tool is a lifesaver for those burdened with high-interest credit card debt. By transferring your balance, you can tap into lower interest rates and sometimes even a 0% introductory rate. That's right, zero. This means every payment you make goes directly towards reducing your debt, not just covering the interest. Think of it as swapping a heavy backpack for a feather-light one. The debt is still there, but it's become much more manageable. And the best part? You can consolidate multiple debts into one. Instead of juggling several high-interest payments, you'll make one payment at a lower interest rate. But wait, there's more. Balance transfers can also accelerate your debt repayment. With lower interest rates, you can pay off your debt faster as more of your payments go towards the principal balance. It's like turning on the fast-forward button on your debt repayment journey. Now you might be thinking, why doesn't everyone do this? Well, like any financial tool, balance transfers come with their own set of rules and considerations. It's not a magic wand, but a tool that, when used correctly, can be incredibly powerful. Sounds too good to be true? Let's dive deeper into the world of credit card balance transfers. Balance transfer, a term that might sound complex, but in reality, it's a simple tool to manage your finances wisely. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of what a balance transfer actually is. Picture this. You're carrying a hefty balance on a credit card with a high interest rate. It's like lugging around a heavy backpack while climbing a steep hill. What if you could lighten that load? That's where a balance transfer comes in. In a nutshell, a balance transfer is when you move a debt from one credit card to a new one, typically with a lower interest rate. Think of it as shifting that heavy backpack onto a friend's shoulders who promises to carry it for a while, giving you a chance to catch your breath. But why would you want to do this? Well, the main benefit of a balance transfer is that it can save you money on interest. If you're paying a high interest rate on your current credit card, moving that balance to a card with a lower rate means you'll pay less interest. It's like finding a shortcut up that steep hill. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The key to a successful balance transfer is understanding the fine print. Most balance transfer cards offer a low or 0% introductory rate for a certain period, typically between 6 and 18 months. But once that period ends, the interest rate can jump significantly. It's as if your friend suddenly decides they're tired of carrying your backpack and you're left holding the weight again. Also, keep in mind that most credit card companies charge a fee for balance transfers, usually around 3 to 5% of the transferred balance. It's like giving your friend a small token of appreciation for their help. In essence, a balance transfer can be a beneficial tool to manage your credit card debt, potentially saving you money on interest payments. But like any financial decision, it requires careful consideration and understanding. Now that we know what a balance transfer is, let's explore how to go about it. The process of balance transfer may seem daunting, but it's as easy as pie when you know what to do. Firstly, the journey begins with choosing the right balance transfer card. This often involves a bit of research. You'll want to find a card that offers a low or zero interest rate for a promotional period, one that suits your needs. Also consider the balance transfer fee, which generally ranges from 1 to 3% of the amount transferred. Once you've found your ideal card, the next step is applying for it. This process is quite straightforward and typically involves filling out an application form online or over the phone. You'll need to provide some personal and financial information, including your full name, address, and employment details. Remember, approval isn't guaranteed. It largely depends on your credit score and financial situation. After you've been approved for your new card, it's time to request the balance transfer. This is where you'll need the details of your old credit card, the one from which you're transferring the balance. You'll need to specify how much you want to transfer, and then submit the request. The new card issuer will then reach out to your old card issuer to initiate the transfer. Now here's a crucial point to remember. During the transfer process, continue making at least the minimum payments on your old card. This is to avoid late fees and potential damage to your credit score. The transfer process can take anywhere from a few days to a few weeks, largely depending on the card issuers involved. Once the transfer is complete, you'll see the balance moved from your old card to your new one. And just like that, you've navigated the balance transfer process. But remember, The goal is to pay off the balance before the promotional period ends. This is to avoid being hit with high interest rates on the remaining balance. That's it, you've successfully transferred your balance. But what's next? Successfully transferring your balance is only half the battle. Now comes the crucial part, managing your new card. The first rule of thumb, make sure to keep up with your payments. This isn't just about maintaining a good credit score, but also about avoiding penalties and keeping the promotional interest rate. Even one late payment could void your low introductory rate and bring you back to square one. Secondly, resist the temptation to rack up new debt. It's easy to see your freshly cleared old card as an opportunity for more spending. But remember, the goal here is to pay off your debt, not accumulate more. So put that card on ice, literally if you have to. Next, make a clear, realistic plan to pay off your balance before the promotional period ends. This is where the big savings happen. If you only make minimum payments, you might not clear your balance before the standard interest rate kicks in, essentially defeating the purpose of a balance transfer. Also, be mindful of the balance transfer fee. While it's usually a small percentage of your transferred balance, it's still an added cost. Include this in your repayment plan to ensure it doesn't catch you off guard. Lastly, don't forget to read the fine print. Every card issuer has different terms and conditions. Know what you're getting into before you sign up. This includes understanding what purchases qualify for the promotional rate and what happens if you still have a balance when the promotional period ends. In the world of balance transfers, knowledge truly is power. Staying informed about your card's terms and conditions, keeping track of your spending habits, and making regular timely payments can make all the difference. Remember, a balance transfer is a tool to help you manage debt, not a free pass to spend more. Armed with these tips, you're all set to make the most out of your balance transfer. Balance transfers can be a powerful tool in your financial arsenal, but they're not a one-size-fits-all solution. Let's take a moment to review what we've learned. Credit card balance transfers can serve as a lifeline when you're drowning in high-interest debt. By shifting your debt from a card with a high interest rate to one with a lower or even zero interest rate, you can save a significant amount of money on interest payments. This can ease your financial burden and accelerate your journey towards debt clearance. However, it's crucial to remember that balance transfers are not a magic bullet. They're a tool, and like any tool, they must be used wisely and responsibly. It's not about moving your debt around like a shell game, but about strategically reducing your interest payments to fast-track your debt clearance. To successfully navigate the balance transfer process, you'll need to do your homework. Research the market to find a credit card that offers a competitive balance transfer deal. Look for cards with low or 0% introductory rates, but don't forget to consider the standard interest rate that will apply after the introductory period ends. Also, be aware of any balance transfer fees or annual charges that may apply. Once you've transferred your balance, it's crucial to stay disciplined. Avoid the temptation to rack up more debt on your old card and focus on paying off your transferred balance before the low interest period ends. Remember that balance transfers are a means to an end, not an end in themselves. They're a strategy to help you reduce your debt, not an excuse to accumulate more. A balance transfer can provide temporary relief, but the ultimate goal is to pay off your debt and achieve financial freedom. So, as we wrap up, keep in mind that while balance transfers can be beneficial, they require careful planning, discipline, and a commitment to reducing your debt. Remember, the goal of a balance transfer is to reduce your debt. Use it wisely, and you'll be on your way to financial freedom.